Yep, going live. All right, perfect.
Okay, guys.
I need to see what there's a.
So I think there's a delay with.
Yeah, there is a delay.
There's
That's
a delay.
normal, though. I don't know if there's a. We need to see a chat box.
Yep. So we need to see a chat box.
I don't know where to see the chat box though.
It's okay. Well, we can still.
Yeah, see, I get up there.
We can still right here live chat.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. So
Enable live
enable it.
chat.
Perfect.
It's not
Okay,
clicking.
guys.
It's not clicking.
So this is Dr. Deb here with PTSD and Beyond, and we are live on YouTube here, helping people with trying to get some of the details here.
Okay, hold on.
With going live here on YouTube. So that way what we can do is we can answer people's questions real time and to establish some connectivity. And we've got all kinds of people here today. So we've got Beth, we've got Larissa, there's Meg and Glory, Tim, of course, Lisa, Caitlin, and we're all from different places here in the United States. Now, PTSD and Beyond is a global Twitter chat.
Hold on. I need to go in here real quick.
And we decided to do something like this today because of the current state that we're in right now with this global epidemic, and to just make sure that everybody feels like, you know, we're all in this together and that nobody is left behind, and that someone's actually here listening. So one of the challenges is that we're trying to figure out the chat component of it, and we haven't been able to do that yet. So I'm not able to see your chats online here with YouTube, but what we can do is you can go ahead and...
I fix it, okay.
Well, it's been fixed now. So we've got the genius here. The genius, which is...
I fixed it.
Which is my daughter. The genius here, honey.
you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, you guys.
Okay.
So we're live on YouTube as well as Twitter's PTSD and Beyond Twitter chat here, guys. We're adding this feature, and guess what? We're going to have this every week now. We're going to be live on YouTube, so that way you can add your comments and you can feel like, yes, and in fact that you are part of a bigger community. So we're helping with that isolation component. Am I going to get it right every time? No. There is a learning curve here with technology. So bring your favorite beverage, grab your friends, and come together. Today we're doing an open house. And the open house is because you've got questions, you have concerns, and there are things that you want to be heard. So even before getting on today's Twitter chat, we were all addressing some things, and boy, let me tell you something, it was another conversation just to help somebody with their anxiety and the way that they felt. And believe me, sometimes we don't want to be late for things, and I apologize for being late, but when I am late, it's because it means that somebody was in need of help and in needing assistance right then and there. So let me put this back on here. What is our YouTube handle? Do we know, guys?
It's Dr. Devlin.
Okay.
I tweeted something with the...
Did you? Awesome. All right, so one of the things that people have been talking about right now is setting up a schedule. So if I'm not looking at the camera here, guys, it's because I'm also tweeting at the same time. Establishing routine, establishing schedules. So what are some things that we can do? The biggest thing that we can do with setting up routine is looking at what are the things that we're doing right now. So you might think that sounds kind of simple, but I gotta say something is that when we face uncertainty, we seem to forget the things that are normal. We forget that, you know, we already have a routine. So one thing that you can do is you can go ahead and ask yourself, what is the stuff that I do right now that establishes routine? So one thing that we do is we get up every day, right? And that looks different for everybody. So for example, when I wake up, the first thing that I do is I come downstairs, and yes, you're in my home. So welcome to the Lind abode, is I take my medicine. So now if I didn't take my medicine as soon as I got up each day, that would be really weird for me. And I'd be like, okay, I'm out of routine. So first question is, what is it that you do? What is it that you do each morning every day that if you didn't do would be weird?
What?
Remember to, the first thing is to remember to do that thing. Okay? So we need to establish this on here. See the first tip. See the first tip on YouTube.
Nice.
Right? And that first tip is to, what's the first thing we do every day? Avoid gossipers in the news. That is something else. All right. Wake up to coffee. Hey, narc abuse. It's good to see you. Yes, have coffee. So the second thing that I do is I flip on the water kettle, right? What's the second thing that you do? So I got my kids here, all right? So I'm serious. You guys are in my home. So again, welcome to the Lind abode. And if anything, I hope that today everybody feels like we're part of a community. And I sincerely mean that. I'm sitting at my kitchen table. I'm not in the office. Because what I wanted to establish and what we wanted to establish was welcoming everybody into our home and into our life, because PTSD and Beyond is more than a Twitter chat. It really is a community. And so being the Greek American that I am, we do everything at the kitchen table. We hash out our shit. We talk about the tough conversations. We cry, we laugh, we do everything. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead. What do you need? No, go ahead.
I meant to send that to Miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Kids are
yeah,
chit-chatting.
Yeah,
All right. Look for a smooch from my loved one. Yes. Is that the third thing? By the way, somebody got to see a little bit of something that they shouldn't have seen. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. So the second thing that people do, whether you flip on the water kettle, you grab yourself a cup of coffee, when we write down and we establish the things that we do, that we already automatically do, it's really going to be easy today, guys, to establish your routine. And I want to show you something else real quick, okay? I'm going to move the camera. All right, so I don't know if you can see this, but now you can see like my,
That's my painting.
we've got a dry erase board in the kitchen
That's my painting.
and the painting. And the reason why we've got the dry erase board, and I know we've got to change like our code now on our Wi-Fi, is that this is where our routine is going to be. And as a family, we've already started talking about what is that going to look like. So for the kids, it's doing their homework. And I love it. Go for a poop. You know what? Yes, going to the bathroom could be the third or fourth thing. Jump in the shower. I usually take a shower after I get my cup of coffee. Absolutely. The point is that when we start identifying what we do, we already know our routine. Now, where things can get a little crazy and hectic is when we have unexpected stuff, such as we're isolated in our house. So what are ways that we can support other people with establishing routine? What are things that we can do? Feed the cat. Yep. Let the dog out. Write this up here. Let the dog out. That is so true, because if I don't let Max out, do you know what he does? He sits there and he whines, right? Or the other thing is we've got bells that are hung on our doorknob that go to the garage. He'll actually move them with his head to let me know, hey, you know what, Mom, I got to go out to the bathroom. Let me see what I got here. Cats are bosses. Yes, cats are bosses. So what system, here's something that can help people. Ready, Reens? What system helps folks with maintaining,
Should I put this up?
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
maintaining their routine? What is it? I'm asking you guys. I showed you mine. We got dry erase board as one. Because what happens is we do things reflexively, right? You guys are like naming off all the stuff that you do and that we know about our routine. But when we have a situation like we've got right now, people can get deer in the headlights. That's why we have anxiety, is because we're getting the deer in the headlights, the fight, flight, freeze, and we're going, oh shit, I can't remember what I do. So that's why we're having an open house today, is to answer whatever questions you have and whatever challenges that you need solutions for. And when we come together as a community, we've got all kinds of ideas. So let me see, what do we got here? Yes, cats are bosses. Use smartphones to help plan our schedules. Yes. Use the technology that is at our fingertips. Wash and shower behind your ears. You know, I love you guys' comments here. I've been semi-isolated with the cat. Okay, been in withdrawal, so this is not new. Pandemic is not new. And you know what? So here's the sitch. Folks like ourselves that have mental health challenges, whether it's post-traumatic stress, clinically diagnosed anxiety, self-awareness of anxiety, we live in a world of chaos and trauma. Now what happens is when our environment externally, though, gets amplified, then it amplifies our challenges. And we look for ways to calm ourselves, and we look for ways so things aren't so proportionatedly large, right? If that's even a word, proportionally large. Yes. And so, Lisa, we can get back, though. We can get back to that start point. Again, the cool thing is, as I'm writing, the cool thing is we can begin over and over again. The cool thing is we can re-begin. It's never a failure. We start over. We start over where we're at and who we are with. The cool thing I want you guys to know is that you're not alone. We're going to do this every week now from now on. So that means every week for 1 hour, we'll meet, we'll see each other, we'll come together as a community. Again, in my home, everybody's welcome. You know, obviously the rule is we're all nice to one another. But the main purpose is so that it helps. It helps in some way with relieving the anxiety. It helps in some way with relieving the isolation. And it also helps with providing solutions and tips that you guys can use. So we've got whiteboards, we've got smartphones, we have starting where we're at, we have going through the list, asking ourselves the question, what do I do normally now? What does my day look like? So asking some of those questions. So what are some other things that people do? What about meal prep? Okay, what about meal prepping? How can we help ourselves with meals and ordering meals? What do we do when, like yesterday, I ordered and it was 10 o'clock at night and yet I still didn't have my Amazon order, even though I ordered it days ahead? So what do we do? How can we help ourselves with menu planning, meal planning? I was typing my spelling, oh my gosh. With meal planning. Are you putting this, honey, on?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, baby.
I'm following along.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Meal planning, menu planning, and other ways to eat. Because one thing that I find working from home is that I skip meals. And then like late at night, I'm like, ooh, all of a sudden my body's saying, hey, you're relaxing. I think it's time for you to eat. So what are ways? Look for a wifey shopping list. Yes. Hey, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. How about sharing shopping lists, cooking? Somebody asked the other day if I would be willing to take some time and to actually do a live web stream on YouTube with me cooking and making a meal. because usually the things that we put together are quick and they're nutritious. I don't know the nutritional content, but they're good for you, meaning there's always a protein, there's always a vegetable, and a carb. And I cook with, organic ingredients, but, we have what we have right now, and, we make do with what we've got. So let's see, yes, planning, painting and collecting writings. I've tweeted into a journal. So what's interesting about the journal, Lisa, is that this week's topic was to be about journaling, and we decided to change it because of all the stuff that we've seen about this coronavirus and how people's anxiety levels are just really going off the Richter. And what can we do? So, all right, so we got to vote for shepherd's pie. Okay. So it's interesting, I just ordered was it a turnip? No, a rutabaga, that's right, because in the UK it's a swede, and a swede is a type of rutabaga, and here in the United States it's just called rutabaga. But I finally got one, so let's, fingers crossed that it comes tomorrow. So vote for shepherd's pie on YouTube stream live. I know I got to get my glasses adjusted. Live for cooking and helping folks with, hold on a second, and helping folks with making meals. Who else thinks this is a good idea? Because I'm glad to do it. I know somebody else who actually would sit and watch me cook via the webcam, and would laugh and say, you really need to have your own cooking show. So I don't know, maybe it'll add some humor in someone's life. And you know what happens when we laugh, right? You can't be angry and laugh at the same time. It's impossible for us to do that. So yes, let's see, food, laundry, where our anxiety gets started. When do I get food again? Laundry is okay. So I want to ration food, clothes, not shower as much. Snowballs, doesn't it? Yeah, you know what, Lisa? It can snowball. So when in the beginning of our stream, we asked the question about what are the things that I already do normally that establishes routine. So what are some things that you do to already prepare for doing laundry? Do you wait for, say, a load of whites to get a certain, size and then you do the laundry? Or do you wait until you've got like 3 loads to do and you do them all at once? So ask yourself some of those questions. When does it get to the point of when I say to myself, hey, you know what, Lisa, I need to go do some laundry? What is that answer? Can you write in the comments what that answer is? Because somebody else too might be wondering the same thing. As far as meal planning, we can come up with some different ideas on helping people make a cannoli dip. Oh, for shit! I love it. You know what? Fuck's sake. Okay, this is all for adults, right? Yeah, I just dropped the F-bomb here. Okay. So we've got to have a main meal with dessert. Is that what you guys are saying? I think that's what you guys are saying. Main meal with dessert. Oh my God. Exercise. All right, exercise. You know what? Somebody came up with the idea. Hang on a second. Let me type. I can't type and talk at the same time. All right, so Dr. Deb's finding a limitation here. Exercise. Okay, so someone asked and came up with the idea of like chair yoga, chair. It was chair yoga, and what was that called? It was stretch and flex. All right. Oh, and a starter too. So we want basically you guys want like a full freaking meal, right? So you want apps, main meal of shepherd's pie, and a dessert of a cannoli dip. All right, you guys. So what kind of appetizer would you like? You know what? That's actually a really good idea. What about this idea? Would it help to have this meal and we share the recipe and be a week ahead? Let's see. The answer is when you have a load, do laundry. Late at night when everyone else is on the apartment floor asleep, get food. Order hotline, take 1 week for delivery, so do it. Okay, so maybe what we can do, guys, is since delivery is a week behind, yep, as a week out, we can look at common ingredients and make some epic shit.
Epic shit.
What do you think? I know, pardon the typos, guys, all right? So does that sound like something we can have, like we can have laundry and meals and exercise? What do you think? Greek salad. You know what? I haven't bought dressing. I can't tell you how many years. Did you know I'm a Greek American? Where's the cookbook? It's up on the island. But yes, we can certainly do a Greek salad. Easy peasy, lemonade squeezy. Now here's the sitch. There are some people who can't have fresh vegetables. So we need to have also modifications for things like cooked vegetables, right? Garlic bread, easy. All right, anything else? What else? Sounds like you guys want food stuff. So we've got laundry, food, exercise. What else? What other self-care things? I'm going to take off my glasses. What other self-care things? Raise your hand if you're with a partner that's with you. Actually, doesn't even matter. What do we got? Who's with somebody? Who's with, hey, snag lots of toilet paper somewhat. Oh my gosh, you guys crack me up. Pie clits. Oh, for shit. We can learn how to make pie clits. What about a scone? Things that we can grab and go. Muffins, bread, like banana breads. What else we've got? Dressing, roasted vegetables. How does that sound? Does that sound like something people are interested in, where we have one meal that can be put together and we can multi-purpose and use it for a few different things? Roasted veggie. It'd be so great to have streaming cooking thing. Okay, got it. Let's do it. We'll do the cooking thing. So the first thing that I'm committed to doing, all right, so now you guys can all hold me accountable, is that when that rutabaga comes, and fingers crossed, it's tomorrow, we'll definitely do the cooking thing. Tim, I love your idea. Yes, meditation, yoga, self-massage, Reiki, energy work. All right, so here's my question to you guys, because I know that in our community, it's not just me who's got stuff that is like a subject matter expert or a skilled person. Tim, I know you know how to do energy work. I know you know how to do yoga and meditation, so you're a resource. What will I be wearing the apron? I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Am I turning red? Am I blushing?
No.
Oh, for shit.
A little.
A little. I'm being told by my daughter that I am a little bit. What skills do you guys have? What skills and talents do you guys have that you could come on and be a guest and share? Oh my God, the apron. Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you so much. You know, I apologize again for being late. 2 reasons why I was late is I was on a call with someone who was having their own meltdown, and when I get done with our stuff tonight, I gotta give them a call back. Yes, Mushy, you did tell me that I would blush. And so I really appreciate that feedback, because I wanted to make sure that we did something different. And I've got some other things coming up too, some other ideas, but it's like first things first, and first things first, and this was the newest first thing to do. So Cvt and Trauma Recovery. So here's a sitch. Cognitive-based therapy. We can talk about it. It can be part of some stuff that we do. There's a lot of self-directed worksheets that we can do with CBT. Absolutely, we can integrate that. Yes, absolutely. We want to hear, you know what we do? We want to hear, can you post this on there, babe? We want to hear from our first responders. First responders, law enforcement, your family members, kids. You know what? If you got kids on here and we're going to do a session where there is children, I'll do my very best to not drop any F-bombs, okay? Or to do, get excited and say, oh, for shit. I promise I will do my very, very best when there's little people around so they do not hear that. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm letting everybody know right now, today, I'm making the commitment that I will not lick the knife. Because I heard that licking a knife is actually very bad manners. And I'll lick a knife, so I won't lick a knife. Because you matter more than licking the knife. What's that, baby?
When am I posting?
What?
When am I posting?
I don't know. Were you listening?
Yes, I was, but when am I posting?
That we're going to do this every week.
Okay, alright.
And that we want to hear from everybody. And it's important while we're isolated to have friends and family. So invite
Every week.
friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, kids, everyone. No sense in being alone. So yes, we can get the whole family together. All right, let me read some of these things here. Let's see. It's hard not to. Hard not to what, Narc? Hard not to swear? Yeah, it is. But when there's little kids around, then you know what? It's like, okay, you got to be, the adult, right? All right, in isolation months, it was ignored and shunned. Yes. See, I think that's what makes a difference, too, is another reason why I'm doing the live feed, is that while I can't hear your voice is heard. I can't hear you physically. I can read, and I can hear your voice here. And that is so important. So here's the other sitch, guys. When I'm awake and I'm up, okay, there might be times where I've got my live stream on, and I can be sitting in my pajamas. I can be, just getting done watching TV, or maybe I'm in my fancy room. I don't know. You guys are in my home now, and I want you to feel comfortable and know that we really are a community. But the point is that the feed's going to be on at different times because everything's not scheduled. I want to establish that sense of normalcy. Like y'all know, at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Monday, we've got PTSD and Beyond Chat. So now we got the live feed. And it makes it a little bit different because it makes it personal. It makes it where, you see a face, and maybe, y'all will snap some pictures at some point. But we're going to do different things over the next few weeks. As long as this takes, okay? As long as this takes, we're together. All right? I know you're looking at my eyes, and I don't want to get emotional. I promise I'm not going to lick a knife. I promise I'll do my very, very best to make sure that I don't swear and say, oh, for shit, when little kids are around. But as long as it takes while we're together in this isolation period, I want to make sure that everybody, no matter what time zone and around the world, they know that they can come. Because the other thing I got coming up is I gave it to my son to do today, a math problem. Calculated a time when it's an optimal time for people all around the world. And that's the second thing we're going to be doing. But first things first. So the first thing we're going to do is this live feed. And we've got some, you guys are giving me some shit to do, right? I got to come up with a cannoli recipe. And let's see, primary self-care, it's hard not to. Let me read some of this stuff here. Yes. So remember, people may just need to listen. You just made me to talk it out. All right, so here's a fun factoid. All right, here's the sitch. If I share a fun factoid, then it's always really polite to reciprocate, right? Okay, fun factoid about me. I didn't speak until I was 3 years old. It's true. I did not talk until I was 3. So, Lisa, the comment, people may just need to hear you. talk it out. That is absolutely fine. I'm able to do this now. And I think that's a pretty gosh darn cool, fun factoid. So what's a fun factoid about you guys? I want to know. What else do you need? Tell me what you need. Let's put it out there. Ask people on Twitter. What is it that you guys need right now in this moment? What can be helpful? What is it that you need? So we've got some ideas on establishing routine. I took some pictures. Let me read some things here because you know what? I'm getting to be that age where, gosh darn it, I need reminders. So here's a sample schedule from somebody. Before 9 o'clock, I wake up. From 9 to 10, they do a walk of some sort. Then from 10 to 11:30, that's an hour and a half, they're doing academic time with their kids. Then from 11 to 12, they've got a creative break. So for an hour, they're doing a break of creativity. Then at 12:30, they're doing a chore time for a half hour. Then from 1 to 4, they're doing academic time again. From 4 to 5 is fresh air. So there's a few different ways that we can still get fresh air right now. And one is in the evening, we can open up our door. We can open up the windows upstairs and take a breath of fresh air. We can also take a moment and step out on our deck. And we've seen people all around the world do that in Italy, in Spain, and singing songs. You can take a moment and stand out on your deck or even on your front porch. And then from 6 to 8 is free time and have some TV time, making it, yes! Oh my gosh, like, I wish I had $1 for every time someone actually said that, who knew that fun factoid. Yeah, making up for it now. Yes, yes, yes. I only had online. And see, that's just the thing, though, too, is that on Twitter, it's really static. You only get to see, like, you know, obviously the tweet, right? Or if somebody does a real quick video. But this way, you know, it is live. And I was talking to somebody about doing evergreen, and this is never going to be an evergreen situation. I don't like that. So I want you guys to know that if it says 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for an hour, you know, you can touch me, pinch me, poke me. Yes, I am really here live. Okay, let's see. There is another schedule. So from 8:30 waking up to 10:30 is work time. And then at from 10:30 to 11, it's break. From 11 to 12, it's lunch. And then from 12 to 1:30, it's working again. The only thing about this schedule is that there's nothing built in for self-care. Let's see. Found a new community with renewed interest. That's awesome. Yes. You know what? Sometimes we have to let go of dead wood in order to lighten our load and to be open to new things and new people. We gotta let go of the old things sometimes. And on the same token, sometimes we rediscover ourselves and we come full circle. And I say that because I'm sure you guys can see I got my hair cut. So I used to wear my hair like this many, many years ago. This was pre-kids. So my oldest is 16. So this is pre-16 years ago. And yeah, I feel like found myself again, which is awesome. All right, so another type of, another schedule is starting the morning at 8 o'clock. What time do we start our day? What time do we wake up? What time do we start our day? And what does our day look like? When do we eat breakfast? What does breakfast look like? Nobody asked anything about breakfast. What's up with that? I make a mean porridge. Now, the other thing is, if I make a meal and it totally sucks, at least we made it together, right? That's the whole point of making something. Hopefully, it'll always turn out to be good. Making a schedule would be great. Maybe that would back me up on preferred sleep pattern. Yes, actually, there is. That's a really good comment, Lisa. There actually is scientific evidence that shows that when we establish a routine, it helps with our body to regulate itself and to help itself come down and come off from our day. And that brings about the way that we can fall asleep faster and have that REM sleep and get that deep sleep. Very good point. Very good point. All right, what else do you guys need? Tell me. What time is it? Oh, for shit, we've got 14 minutes. But no one said anything about breakfast. What are some other things about food that people have challenges with? Is it snacks? Is it what to drink? Is it about water intake? I really need to get my glasses adjusted, and I know that's not going to happen right now. I've actually tried doing it myself, but I don't want to break them. But what other challenges do folks have? And feeling, yes, it all helps with feeling hopeful for the future, because the more that we can establish routine, the more that we can create that sense of normalcy, the more that we feel better and that we do feel hopeful. Sidebar note here, if people haven't read, or you have read Viktor Frankl's work on the search for man's search for meaning, he wrote about it in his book on routine and establishing routine and how it helped give people hope. So the longer that we can do that and we can connect with others who are doing the same. So for example, it would not be like a positive thing right now, for me anyway, to connect with somebody who's just like in their pajamas all day, laying in bed, don't want to get up, and views this as a vacation. That wouldn't work for me. I would be off the Richter with anxiety. What helps me is say someone's like, you know what, I'm going to switch today up a little bit, and I'm going to stay comfy cozy and have my jammies on. And I'm still going to do my routine, but we're doing like a theme today, which is comfy cozy, for example. That's cool. I can handle that. But to always be in my pajamas, I could just never, and just be so lackadaisy, that would just cause me so much anxiety. My hands would be clammy. Let's see, my cat Iris says, yes, please. You feed me all over the clock. Have you not noticed my anxiety as I jump all over you at 7 a.m.? Reminders to drink. Okay, reminders to drink, absolutely. So, for example, does that look like you reminders to drink like water throughout the day? My typing is needing adjustment here. Throughout the day, or in general? What about other things to drink, like smoothies? I think it's important. One of the things is that, in addition to sleep, for example, is that when we establish a routine on when we eat, then our body, a cup of tea, our body lets us know that, you know, I'm really hungry right now. And maybe I'm saying that because I actually am hungry. Cup of tea. Okay. We can do that for sure. What else? What else do you guys need? Tell me. How are people feeling right now? I guess that's my pulse question for folks. How are people feeling right now compared to when you first came on to the live feed? That would be a question to post for people on Twitter also, is to ask, how are people feeling right now compared to water always beside you, though? Yeah, that's true. There are certain beverages that are more prone to dehydrate. One of the things that we can do is, who's interested in this? This would be interesting. Let me see. Is mindful eating. And I'm not talking about the raisin, right? Where you put the raisin in your mouth and you're like, oh, I can feel the raisin and it's in my mouth, it's making me salivate. But more of, when I eat these foods, how do they affect my, say, my energy? Do I feel like, woo, I'm ready to go? Or do I feel like, oh my God, I just want to take a nap? Or when I drink or I eat this, how does it affect my physical body? Do I feel like I'm really super stuffed? Or do I feel like, yeah, you know, I feel good? Or what about my emotions? Do I feel like I'm hyper? Or do I feel like, oh my God, I just want to cry? Or my mental state, do I feel like, wow, everything's like clear and I can focus? Or do I feel like, oh my gosh, I just have brain fog here, I can't concentrate on anything? So we can, you feel more connected. Oh, fantastic. I feel like I'm not alone. It's good to talk. It's calmer. That's good. I'm glad. Yep, a good idea. Okay. Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its make me happy too, those damn bastards though. God, I'm so glad there's only my kids around. Oh, for shit, here comes the box. Cheez-Its, I like you guys. You know what? They're the perfect size. They're crunchy, they're salty. I will say one thing, is there won't be a dull moment with this live feed, okay? So what we get is what we get. And I think that's the other thing that's really super cool is that we keep it real, right? We keep it real. Okay, so yes, we haven't had dinner here yet. And so someone's getting out the Cheez-Its and I'm salivating. More focused on the present moments versus all the chatter in the world right now. Perfect. The last several weeks have been tough. I know, isn't that true? Oh, here this comes. This is, watch the abuse here. Do you see what I put up with? Do you see? It's my baby. Awesome. Yeah. Sometimes it happens. We feel like we give and we give and we give and we give and we give. And one of the things that I hope that people get out of this stream, in all seriousness, is that your bucket's been filled. So whenever you're here, my hope, and I have many hopes, but one of the hopes that I have is that you feel like your bucket's been filled. And not only do you feel like your bucket's been filled, but it actually has been filled. I hope that for every person. I hope that for people who are watching this after the live feed, that are here present right now. Yes, my daughter who's like being passive aggressive with the freaking bag. I hope that your bucket's filled, and I hope my bucket gets filled. Yes, crunch, crunch, crunch. I hope that everybody's bucket gets filled. All right, so Dr. Deb has some homework, some prep homework for y'all. What else is on the list? Because we'll be here next week. We'll be here next week. And stuff will get posted on Twitter. Yeah, I do have that. Oh, thank you so much. No way. You know what is so funny? So I'm a Detroit native, right? And in Minnesota, they do have a different accent here, but I've been told this. I actually have the badge of honor of going to a Starbucks in the UK and not being understood because my American accent was so thick. And, okay, I got a really awesome idea, guys. All right, what the shit, right? Why not, right? We're all breaking patterns. We're all making new things. We're all establishing new stuff. So there's somebody that I want to do a shout out to. And in addition to everybody here, what time is it? We got 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going on a mind blank here. Let me pull up this one thing here real quick. Meg, I know you know who it is. Who's the Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury, baby. This one is for you, darling. All right, so I want to start a new tradition. And I said, Meg, that you would know who this person's name is. I couldn't think of what his name was, but his name is Tyson Fury, the boxer. So I want everybody to get your smartphone out or to open up a new tab and go to Sweet Caroline lyrics. All right, we're going to do we're going to do a song to end, right? Because we're going to end on a positive note, right? And I've got a musician here. All right, so you're gonna sing it, right? You're gonna hum it. Let me know when you guys have. Here comes the dog. The dog's involved. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Here it goes. Dun dun dun. Where it began. I can't begin to knowing. Come on, you guys, sing it. It's growing strong. Was in the spring, dun dun dun, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands, touching hands, reaching out. Come on, Vera. Touching me, touching you. Here it goes, guys. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I've been inclined, bum, 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 to believe I never would. Oh, could they know the lyrics? Do, do, do. And it don't seem so lonely. Only two, only two, only two. And when I heard, hurting runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt when I'm with you? How can you hurt when you're here? You can't. Warm. Touching warm. Reaching out. Touching me. Touching you. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I've been inclined, bum, 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 to believe they never would. Oh, no, no. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Here comes Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I've been inclined, dun, 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 to believe they never would. Oh, yes, you're fabulous. Dun, dun, dun. 'Cause you showed up and did something really wonderful for yourself. And now we are done. And I don't know what else to sing, but thank you so much for coming into the home today and being part of PTSD, dun, 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 and beyond. All right, you guys, this is Dr. Deb. I hope that you got some value out of today. I promise that we'll get together and we'll do some cooking this week. And we'll be here again next week. Same time, same place. All right, y'all. Keep it real, right? If you need anything, message on Twitter. Or also you can comment here, but we'll see each other real soon. And as soon as that rutabaga comes in, we'll make the shepherd's pie. I need an appetizer idea, but we'll definitely do it. Okay?
Yeah.